saying women have so much more access to sex, right? Like we can't get it off like that. We gotta work. We gotta be somebody. We have to. There's so many boxes that we have to check before we're granted access. Whereas women simply have to exist to get the same result.
On average, yeah.
So is it?
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Andre. I'm jumping in. My bad. Go ahead.
It's okay. Go ahead. Because I don't.
No, man. Y'all having a back and forth. I'm gonna let y'all have it.
No, I'm just trying to figure out what they're talking about. I'm getting.
No, go ahead.
They're saying like
women be fucking like niggas be fucking. That's what we saying, and we saying we because you guys are more similar to us than you aren't. That's what the point we making.
Yeah. Okay. I can't disagree with you.
See, JR, I knew if I used the F word, she would get it. That's just a light bulb. Oh, okay, I get that part. Yeah.
I think it's easy. I think it's easy for us to have that mindset when we're not serious. So, for example, when he was dealing with a lot of married women and stuff like that, he's not serious. So it's easy for us to have that mindset until you want to marry that woman, and then all those thoughts come flooding to you, and that's where the judgment and all of that come into play. Because I think a lot of men, when you're just trying to fuck, don't give a shit about a woman's body count. You can care if she had 10 bodies, 100 bodies.
Oh yeah, no.
If she bad enough, you can give 2 flying fucks until it's time for you to start a relationship with her.
You don't gotta be bad.
And I think that's where because there's a lot of chicks like, and for like women, there's a lot of chicks that can give 2 flying fucks about a man money as long as he can dick her down properly. But when she want a man to be with, then she's thinking twice about his pockets.
That's true.
I got a question.
That's a fact.
So why is it that I'm just throwing this out there, the body count thing, right? So if men just keep having sex with all these women, why do they care about the body count?
Oh,
that's a real question.
We hypocrites.
Oh yeah, well, a lot of people believe in pair. A lot of people who believe pair bonding, right? So there's a lot of effects. The hormones released, and the fact that your oxytocin receptors will be fried by the time you have too many bodies, right? That's what people are afraid of. They don't want the baggage associated with the woman who normally has body counts. And from our experience, women who are more promiscuous are not wifey material, and we understand that. There are certain things that you just can't change about them. There are certain gripes you're going to have because she's just not suitable for marriage in most cases. For most of us, there are some women who there's some men who she'll be suitable for, but men who really on their business typically don't select those types of women.
But I'm saying y'all creating women.
Yes, so she's saying that we're part of the problem because we.
Yeah, like you.
Oh yeah, what you got to understand? There's a very small percentage of men who actually have access to a bunch of women like that, and they're not going to care. Most men have to work extremely hard to get any type of McLovin possible. Like that's just real life, right? Most dudes is having a real hard time trying to get at women, right? That's just what it is. Like if you look at any dating app, like dudes, they get picked 5% of the time.
At everybody.
Women get picked like half, right? Yeah, and they throwing darts to everybody and get nothing out of it. I've watched, and this isn't just like the data. I've seen it. I also have the anecdotal evidence. I know plenty of females who showed me their phones, and I would never be able to even keep up with all those messages. There's no way. I'm talking about hundreds, every dating app, hundreds. So these women have crazy access to sex. Way more than men do. But it's a very small percentage of dudes that get it like that. Very small. Because most of them want those same dudes that are rare.
Do y'all remember a dating app called Urban Chat? You remember when you used to be able to see how many messages a person was getting or how many looks they were getting from people? And all the women was having hundreds of messages and shit like that, but like all the dudes, and I mean these niggas was throwing everything but the kitchen sink. They was throwing dick pics up there, everything. And them niggas wasn't getting no play. But a girl who's 280 pounds with just some big ass titties got 200 guys shooting a shot at her. Like it's tough out here for men. Now, granted, I still believe, like to Lady Di's point, I think a lot of dudes don't have a problem with a woman's body count as long as it's not known to everybody what she is. So if you're amongst men and everybody and all your homeboys done been with her, you'll have a problem. Or half your school done been with her, you'll have a problem. But
men still care.
I think they still care. I think they're just icing on the cake. Like I think that just
you want to know how I know that. You want to know how I know men don't care?
Yeah.
Lori Harvey has to be arguably the most passed around woman at this point in the industry, and she has not had a shortage or a stoppage of men dealing with her yet.
That's different. That's based off of like how she looks and stuff. I don't think it has anything to do with the body count. And then she's a celebrity, so average girl on the street has that access like that.
I would say so. If you look at it this way, she has qualities about her that makes men overlook her body count, right? And I think for average men, there are a lot of qualities that the average woman may have that'll make him overlook her body count, especially if he ain't getting no ass.
What's her body count though? 8?
I don't know.
I mean, based on the niggas she been with, was it like 6 or 7 dudes? Right? Based on
I'm using it as optics as far as like somebody being known. Like amongst us, we regularly say, "Man, Lori Harvey is out there is wilding," but like they don't give a shit. Like when you look at the public perception of her, she's wilding, and she has a known body count that ain't even that high. Like you said, it's only about 8. So I'm just using it as the optics of people are willing to overlook these aspects of a woman. So I'm willing to bet that the average man is probably willing to overlook a lot of shit, especially within body count, if she has other things that he likes about her.
I have to say, men stop having so much sex with these women and they won't have a high body count. I'm done.
I actually think that a lot of men do not care. So I don't know why. I mean, I guess some of them, I don't know. I
don't care.
Andrea, a lot of them don't care. They care enough where they don't even ask.
Woman.
What'd you say?
No, I was just saying that like it all depends on the woman. If you're trying to wife her, you probably know he's not gonna get the truth. But if you ever catch wind of it and it wound up being a high number, or he either find out she had a threesome, he gonna kind of look at her a little bit differently.
Yeah. And if she smash your mans or somebody you know, that's gonna disqualify. But you'll be surprised. Like men will try to check your body count because they know y'all be lying by bringing them out. Like so, for instance, I DJ, right? So. Like before we got married, I make sure my wife comes see how many people she know, who she mingling with, right? So I'm a judge and speculate. Okay, so she talking 7 niggas, 3 of them niggas I can keep. Period. Because we know y'all be lying. So but men will do stuff like that. Like they'll bring you out, see who you know, you mingle. That optic is bad. Like Sweeney was saying, now he got to move you to Nebraska because he liked you so much.
Because
you know what I mean? So
he okay with you. He ain't mad at your body count, but he like, man, I can't have you out here being like, I can't have the fellas laughing at me. So I got to move you to fucking South Dakota somewhere where don't nobody know your name.
Y'all know prostitute where he's explaining his love to a girl, talking about how she don't care about none of the shit that she did in her past. Y'all don't think these niggas would be really out here like that?
I just said these motherfuckers don't care. They don't care for real.
They as long care, as but they don't have. So Sweeney is back to what Trev said though. They care, but they don't got enough options to be that picky. They put a vagina on this lamppost outside my house. Niggas been out there all week. Sweeney.
Same difference, man. If you saying that you care about body count, but you willing to overlook that shit because you don't get no ass, you don't care about body count.
Sweeney, I'm telling you, look. So my man, right? Fuego Boss, he a rapper. That's why I can say it. So he was pro-life until his ugly bitch got pregnant. That nigga became pro-abortion in a heartbeat. I'm telling you, niggas be wild hypocritical when it's them. I'm telling you, yo, I'm telling you, man.